Welcome back, guys, for game number 1 of a Group B matchup. We load into game number 1 here. It will be a Platinum versus Platinum. JSL Group B, week number 3. Spawning into the ball at the corner, and another ZVZ. Alright. I love mirror matches every now and then, guys, but ZVZs, it gets old quick. And in the bottom left-hand corner, anyway, we do have the purple Zerg pieces from Just X. It is Baxster. And in the top right-hand corner, joining what looks like the Winter clan, he goes by the name of Breakfastgun. Breakfastgun? Breakfastgun? Breakfastgoon. As in, breakfast is gone. Now, ZVZ, once again, is at a game. I was about to say, he does cancel the spawning pool. Okay, I was about to say, is he going to go for the 17 pool first and just go for the aggression? But no, he looks like Baxter and Breakfast here are just going to go ahead and expand. Going to get their naturals up. Going to play a very similar style by the looks of it. Go into the late game, possibly get them roaches out, hydras out. There, we just, you know, you're going to have to wait and find out exactly what's going on. Now, I don't like to speed up replays. Unless we can tell there's like going to be a super long lull somewhere in the game, in the action or the flow of the game. I'm not going to speed up the replay because a lot of times you miss things, especially when you're trying to cast things. You speed it up, you slow it down, it kind of acts up a little bit. Now, we do have a drone going across the map. I imagine this is to scout. Hopefully it's not to do any kind of cheeky spine crawler rush. Now, there is plenty of space to hide the spine crawler up here in the main base should you decide to do that. Baxter, what do you have in store for us? You have gas on the way. Your spawning pool is on the way. Both players also getting that hatch gas pool. Now, Breakfastgun does have his gas finished up a little bit faster. But he will be able to start speed almost immediately as his pool finishes up. Baxter going to get here, poke around this drone. Oh. Up 2. Okay, I was about to say, don't do anything too cheeky. Don't like throw a spine crawler or anything here. But we really like to see that. It looks like he's just going to pull Mr. Predator drone here out and send them on back home. Now, both players going to go ahead and start their lings. Speed is on the way here for Breakfast. So he will be able to have that tech advantage a little bit. Now, this can make or break ZVZ in the early games. Is with speed being done before your opponents, you have the faster lings. Means you can get the faster wraparound, get the faster, like, the greater surface area quicker. And in ZVZ, that's what matters in the early stages, is that surface area you take up with your lings and your roaches. No speed on the way just yet for Baxter. He just started up, but he will be kind of lacking in that department in terms of having the faster lings. Now it looks like Breakfast is going to go ahead and get his third base up and running. Okay, so we do have a hidden expansion on the way here for Baxter. Very interesting decision there to actually go for this hidden third. This Breakfast is going to go ahead and take a more natural third base. Now, I imagine this is just to hide this base and, you know, drone it up and get some economy going out of it. And mind game your opponent a little bit. Now, this way, when Breakfast gets over and sees, no third base. All right. You trying to two-base all in me, mate? Or is that what you're going for here? Now, there are a lot of lings up here in the natural base to defend. But Baxter will be able to hold off any aggression here from Breakfast very easily. Bailing that's going to finish up for both players, so we will see that lean Bane composition. A couple links being chased around the map here. Now, Breakfast is trying to get some scouting done, or just bypass the links altogether and go right up into the natural base. Now, the links are going to have to come back and defend. Even catching a few links out on the map is a great addition here. Drones are getting pulled, so some drones are going to get cleaned up very, very easily. Even the Queen going to get cleaned up here. If you focus fire the Queen, that he's killing off drones, he should still be able to get the Queen. And so good damage already being done by these 6 lings of Breakfast. Now he does have more lings rallying across the map, and they're just on a, looks like their general rally. He is going to fight these. It looks like Baxter did get the better engagement there. This is going to retreat back home to a couple Banelings that are finishing up. Now Breakfast doesn't know when these Banelings are about to finish. He is just going to sacrifice more lings to the Overmind, and we just have Banelings on the way now. So This is where things are going to start to get very, very entertaining in terms of seeing who gets the best Baneling connections. Now, these Baneling connections are about to finish up, and this could be very sketchy trade-off already. It looks like Baxter is just trying to pull the Lings of Breakfast back home. He's trying to make sure he can defend, keep Breakfast on the other side of the map, while he drones his base up and reinforces on 3 hatcheries versus the 3 hatch of Baxter or Breakfast. Yeah, guys confused. But Baxter is lacking in the Ling department now as he is going to move across the map. Now, Breakfast does find it. And that's going to cause Baxter just to GG out as he doesn't have the Lings to defend. And we're going to go ahead and load into game number 2 here. For this 3-game series. Now, let's see. Breakfast is going to have a game 1 lead going into this second game. Looks like we're going to the Reef. Always a good enjoyment to come back to this map. This Reef, one of the probably better maps in the map pool. It's been around for about 3 or 4 seasons now. And spawning into the bottom right hand corner, currently down 1-0 in the series. The Abyssal Reef from Just X, he goes by the name of Baxter. And in the top left hand corner, his opponent currently up 1-0 off some very nice Ling aggression. Finding that hidden third base, he goes by the name of Breakfastgun. Breakfastgun. Or Breakfastgun. Yeah, Breakfastgun, because, I get why he used the U. He probably ran out of character space. You guys are just joining us here on the stream. It is game number 2 of the Week B matchup between Baxter and Breakfast. Keep in mind, I'm only going to do 1 game per group, or 1 series per group, because otherwise we would be here all night. If you do want your games casted, please guys, fill out the form and let us know your time or your matchup. We could probably do it live. Otherwise, we will make sure we get the cast requests in through the replays. This is Junior Star League. Platinum League level. Now, both players are once again going to go ahead and grab their natural expansions. So, unless we see any kind of crazy change up here in terms of how these two are going to play out, I imagine Breakfast might just close out with a quick 2-0. That would be my prediction here. He does have his spawning pool on the way, so he will be able to get the speed started up at the same time his pool is done. Now, Baxter does have a faster pool this time around. Now that could mean, yep, okay, 8 Lings are on the production tab. And as soon as these pop out, I imagine they're going to be routed straight across the map. I love the fact he actually went ahead and grabbed his natural expansion before his aggression hits. But he will be able to just reinforce the Lings from there as well. It won't look like a total all-in. Now, imagine this damage will indeed find quite a bit on Breakfast's side of the map, as he doesn't have a spawning pool done just yet. The Lings do get scouted. Now, let's see how well Baxter handles this. Does he go for the natural? Or does he go right into the main base with these Lings? 1 queen is on the way to spawning pool, just now finishing up for Breakfast. Now, this natural base should end up falling here. But all these Lings do arrive. There's only drones here in the natural. One is going to try and jump in for the extractor there to stay alive. Hey, go back for the natural, mate. Why are you... I love how these people try to keep killing drones here. Personally, in ZVZ, I like to kill that natural base first, because you can just pull the drones or mineral drill the drones and keep them alive without losing too many drones very easily. Well, you do have Lings of your own that pop out to help defend. I mean, Baxter's in a very good position here just to poke down his opponent's natural base and clean that up. Queen does pop out and is going to be able to start helping DPS down these Lings, but she will end up falling herself. For that, before she takes a couple of Lings with her. The damage is being dealt. The drones are going to get pulled off Breakfast's mineral line here to help defend. He's being forced to drone up and mix in Lings at the same time, so he's not really being able to hit a cycle, just a drone cycle into Lings. I imagine he will wind up tapping out here very shortly. I mean, the damage is starting to rack up a little bit here. Baxter is only on 15 drones, but he is just building more and more Lings, and speed is about to kick in for both these players about the same time, so this is where surface area is going to start to matter, and who gets a better engagement with these Lings. As it looks like Baxter does clean house here on Breakfast's side of the map once again, and is going to be able to start pressuring the mineral line. Get this damage done. Lings are going to get cleaned up once again. Spinecrawler being thrown down here will get picked off almost immediately. Of course, even able to get any kind of value. Doesn't even get canceled. Nice in the mineral line. The drones are going to start to get cleaned up. And there's just been absolutely no way for Breakfast to hold this off. And that should end up tapping him out here for game number 2 and tie the series up at 1 apiece. As well, some very good aggression there from Baxter comes out. He even had a natural base behind this. So he was able to, you know, drone up immediately after should he need to. That's going to be it for game number 2, guys. ZVZ, very quick series, or it could go a long game, and we'll get to see exactly what happens here in game number 3 between these two Platinum League players in our league. And here we go, loading into game number 3, and we went to Battle on the Boardwalk. Alright, this is a map I wasn't expecting to see so much in the Junior Star League. Now, this is only the third time I do believe we've seen it so far here on the Magi Shiro stream, or the weekly JSL, I should say. Now, spawning into the top left-hand corner of Battle on the Boardwalk, tying the series up at 1 apiece on some very well done Ling aggression last game. Kind of making me eat my own words, so to speak, and killing off drones and, you know, just being very passive and very smart with his Lings at the same time. He goes by the name of Baxter. And on the top right-hand corner of Battle on the Boardwalk, the green Zerg pieces, it is Breakfastgun. Now, this is an elimination point in the series for both players, and we do have Baxter opting for that gold base. Alright, so the gold base on this map is probably one of the best things you could take as a natural expansion for Zerg. It's walled off by natural means, so you do have a rocks here to wall it off. Like down both sides. However, Breakfast is going to go ahead and take his forward natural, his expansion. A drone scout is going to come out here from Baxter. Now, with the gold base, Baxter will be able to enjoy a very, like, good economy advantage here. Imagine he's just going to drone transfer down to that gold base after it's done. Morphing in. And now, Baxter is going to go ahead and cross the map. We're going to take a scout. What's going on? See what's, you know, poking around over here in the main base of his opponent. And follow that predator drone. See exactly what he finds out. Now, I like the idea to scout down here to the south, because he can come down here and see that there is a third base for his opponent. That is a possibility. But he does not have a third base at all. Now, I would like to say, is he going to try something cheeky here and proxy this hatchery into gold base? That would be absolutely amazing. Now, he does have a macro hatch on the way as well. So he's going to go up to 3 hatcheries here. There we go. The drone transfer is on the way down for Baxter, which means he will go ahead and enjoy that gold base advantage. Almost being saturated almost immediately. 10 drones. Oh, 11. Now, speed is on the way for both players. We are reaching that speed composition once again. That's just how ZVZ goes. There's a trophy hanging out here for Breakfast. Get that siege tank trophy. I gotta get me one of those before the end of this season. Probably do it as Zerg again if I can manage that. Good topper. Get the primal rune or primal image going on there. I think Baxter is going to get ready to start to pour on the aggression here. Try and find some damage. Now, just have an Overlord hanging out beside these rocks over here, so he could easily just Evo Chamber his way in here. He does have a Bailing Nest on the way, however, so no Evo Chamber on the production tab. Roach Warren is on the way for Baxter, or Breakfast, and is going to finish up. Okay, there's the Evo Chamber. It is on the way. Lings looking like they are just going to hang out here, you know, make sure nothing can sneak in on the scout. One thing I would like to see out of Breakfast here is a little bit more of that scouting game, because he's not really seeing any kind of aggression come out here. Yeah, it does look like he will end up seeing those Lings cross. He will see it, indeed. But these Lings are going to get in here right before the Roach timing does hit, which means they can find some pretty good damage here, but the Roach count is starting to grow very quickly. Now, if you can pump out like 30 Lings and hit your opponent when he only has like 7 roaches, you know, you will clean up these roaches. But now, if it's like 15 to 30, and then like unit count in terms of like 15 roaches or 30 Lings, and like, yeah, +1 range, I mean, roaches. You will wind up killing off the lynx very, very easily. And Baxter's just trying to get in here and find some drone damage. Looks like he is just going to run these lynx south. Be disastrous. Now, if he's picked up on that, he can morph these into banelings. Walk them back up into the main base and find some very good damage here. Looks like that might be just what he does. As the lynx are also making their way around the southern boardwalk here. As Breakfast is going to go up around the sun chairs. Hey, morph these banelings. Very good idea here to morph some banelings. Now the roaches or some lings in the main base are going to pull back the lings of Baxter to help defend here. Some drone damage being done. Did have a follow come out there. I don't have follows enabled on the casting side. Let me get in here and see exactly who that was. Thank you. Hey, yes, log in the Twitch. Here we go. The engagement here up in the main base. Breakfast getting a very good engagement with his roaches, which means he will end up cleaning this up. It looks like he's going to force a tap out here from Breakfast very, very quickly. I mean, the third base not paying off. That gold base not paying off. Stealth Boomer or Bomber, thanks for the follow, mate. So this looks like game number 2, or game number 3 is going to go the way of Breakfast here. But he will end up eating up, there we go, as they're going to eat up another dessert for Breakfast once again. And Breakfast is going to secure himself that 2-1 lead this week. Or 2-1 win this week. Congratulations to Breakfastgun. We'll be right back with you guys for another series.